KT Wiz defied predictions, including mine, to stave off elimination in Game 1. Cuevas pitched a gem, going 6 innings, allowing 4 hits while striking out 9, including the last 2 he faced to end the 6th with runners on first and third. Corbin didn't even face the lineup a second time, as a walk and 5 singles in the first led to the only 4 runs in the game. He faced one batter in the second that he walked, and it was time for a shower. Now let's get into the final game of this series, and remember, if you want to listen to this game with English commentary, I'll be streaming it live right here on YouTube. KT will send out their second foreign arm, Wes Benjamin, to try and do what no team has done before, and that is advance as a 5th seed in the KBO ladder style playoffs. Compared to previous year, he's not had a good year. In 28 games, he is 11-8 with a 4.63 ERA. He has had an even worse year against Doosan, and he has gotten progressively worse each year against them. His 8.18 ERA is the second highest against any team in the league for him this year. As I was digging around in his stats trying to find out what has happened to him this year, I did come across something I found alarming. In a league that is offensive-minded, he is 17th in the league in ERA, 10th in the league in strikeouts, and opponents are just hitting .244 against him on the season. Then I saw it. The homers. He has given up 28 homers on the season. He's given up 15 solo homers and 11 two-run homers on the season. The 28 homers given up leads the league in a category no pitcher wants to lead. On the mound from the other dugout will be Chae Sung-young. He hasn't pitched well in the season with a 6 ERA in 12 games, with 6 of those games the starting variety. He has pitched a lot better in the last month. He went 2-0 in 3 starts with an ERA of 4.05 in September. Against KT in the last 3 years, he has been a man on a trampoline. With an ERA of 16.20 in his 1 game on the season, while pitching well in 2023 against them, but definitely not well against them in 2022. So which Chae Sung-young is going to show up for today's game? My key players for today's game are both holders of non-Korean passports. First for KT, Mel Rojas Jr. Against lefties on the season, Rojas hit .292 with 8 homers. In the play-in game against SSG on Tuesday, however, he went 2 for 3 with 2 massive homers. Chae Sung-young has only given up 6 homers on the year, but 5 of those 6 were to right-handed batters. For Doosan, it's Jared Young. On the season, he has hit .326 with 10 homers and 144 at-bats, but against lefties, he's hit .396 with 4 of those 10 homers coming in just 48 at-bats, slugging .771 against the Southpaws. With a homer-prone pitcher on the mound and Yang Yi-ji not being able to swing a bat, he has to do some damage. The matchup I'm looking at is the bullpens. Doosan has the lowest bullpen ERA in the league, while KT was 4th. The Doosan bullpen gave up 1 hit in 8 innings of work last night. The KT bullpen gave up 3 hits in 3 innings. Neither bullpen gave up any runs, as all the runs for the game were scored in the top of the first. So how will they match up? Inside that bullpen matchup, I'm interested in the closers. You have most likely the Rookie of the Year in Kim Tae-kyun closing out any game for Doosan. The 19-year-old has been great on the season with an ERA of 2.08 and 19 saves, and an ERA of 1.17 with 2 saves in 6 games in crunch time in September. Park Young-hyun is considered the best closer in baseball by some statistics that I don't understand at all, but constantly show up on the broadcasts. The 20-year-old had a 3.52 ERA in 66 games with 25 saves on the season. He has proven to be able to handle the pressure, as he has pitched in both of KT's must-win games, allowing 0 runs, picking up a win against SSG, and closing out each game with a strikeout with runners in scoring position. But with having pitched the last 2 nights and it being a day game, will he be available? And if he is available, will he be effective? I was pretty confident in my pick last night, and it wasn't correct. So, who do I think is going to win? In a game that I think is going to come down to manager decisions with pitching changes and putting the correct players in the ideal positions, I think the Doosan fans would agree with me when I say don't trust the Bears manager to not mess up. I gotta take KT to make history and keep my preseason prediction alive.